Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanyos here. Welcome to episode and season number 6 of this Hockey Legacy Manager Pittsburgh Penguins rebuild here on my channel. Today we are going to be getting into the 2028-29 regular season. Maybe we'll see some improvements from this team, as over the last year we were able to land more top picks. We landed picks 1 and 2 off of what was pretty much the craziest trade we've made so far, where Sorokin ended up on the Penguins in really what was one of our biggest moves up to this point. We haven't really been making a bunch of crazy trades, but this one to St. Louis really was something. So we not only got a 7th there with Oscar Bocharov, but we also got, of course, Alexander Sorokin, 2nd overall, 6'3", high elite sniper. He's hopefully going to develop well. And we traded Jonas Sjoberg, a high elite defenseman that we, already had a better one in Ryan Tan. If you guys missed that episode 2 episodes ago, you can see we took Tan 5th overall. He's up to an 83 rating already versus Sjoberg still only at 75. That high elite potential should kick in here pretty soon. I'm kind of guessing the same thing with Gavin McKenna, but Richard Hammer and Ryan Rubrick have both been really good picks for the Capitals and the Blackhawks up to this point. But yeah, we've landed 4 top 5 picks in the last 3 years, 5 top 5 picks in the last 4 years, which is crazy. So with that all being said, we're going to get into what's now going to be contract extensions, the re-sign phase, and then move on further throughout. First things first, we're going to get a big deal done here for Jerry Koskiranta. We're going to try to get him on about $6.5 million for a contract. Right around that price point would be great. Looks like he'll even accept 6.25 or so we're going to offer that for sure. Marcus Pettersson is looking at 4.5 million about, which is fine by me. Gustafsson, 1.9, that's not bad at all. Mainly, we're just trying to extend roster spaces at this point. Brock Besser really has gotten hit with the injury bug here, which was too bad to see, but, that does happen from time to time to certain players. Jackson Blake, who we actually managed to acquire through a trade. No, we just signed him. Jackson Blake has actually been pretty solid so far for the Penguins after we got him off of Carolina. Matt Nieto does want to play for us still, but we got to offer him the right amount of money. Ryan Johansson's there. Owen Pickering, 3 years at nothing is great. We're essentially going to re-sign pretty much everybody down to Donstov, I think. Actually, yeah, we can even sign Kutyakin, however you say his name. I always mess that one up. That's the one I've struggled with all series long. We might not get that one deal done there, but that's fine. And then Forbes. Perfect. Okay, so we will probably sign Tan, Humphreys, and then we'll see if McLaughlin, because we got a second Derek McLaughlin, so we've got Winger McLaughlin and goalie McLaughlin, essentially, is what we're going to say. But Winger McLaughlin here, first overall pick, he's the first overall pick we've gotten since Sidney Crosby, if I'm not mistaken, which is crazy, but at the same time, we need to see him grow, essentially, is all I'm getting at with that point. So, looks like Chad Burrito is the only player that didn't sign. 6.255 is a great contract for Koskiranta, and then that's pretty much it for long-term kind of players so far. I guess I missed Tankanov, and then Ruedel, we might as well keep him because he's not a bad player. I am going to sign Humphreys here too, because at least he'll get AHL minutes coming up. Same with Alejandro Brock, and then let's see, that's 4. Okay, so we're going to have to probably make a trade, clear up a little bit of roster space when looking at the actual contract situation here. The only contracts I would consider probably moving would be these low-end guys. Even, Yarventi hasn't been very good, so there's a good chance we might buy some of these guys out. Hoodler, I think we signed as a free agent. We did, so I'm going to release him. We don't really need him. That's not what I wanted. Emil Yarventi just never developed either, so we're going to buy him out. 2 years at nothing. So yeah, we'll clear up these 3 or 4 roster spaces that we need, because why wouldn't we do that? Braden Yag just never really turned out either. Sometimes he hits a crazy growth spurt, but he's 23 now. And yeah, No, those 3 guys we'll just buy out instead because we don't really need them taking up the roster spaces. And now we're down to, 47. Okay, that's perfect. So, without further ado, let's jump to the calendar here quickly, sim up to free agency. And, all right, let's see what free agency holds here as far as top-end players go. Looks like potential-wise, Compliments Yukov might be one of the best in there. You got Keller, Monahan. Yeah, it's not a great free agency group. It's not bad, but it's not particularly great either. Jyrki Ranta might be a player we could look at. Second round pick of the Rangers, probably not going to be anything special. How about this guy? Libor Mikis. We probably don't need him because we have a lot of defensive defensemen already. Anybody else? Matthew Nyes is on Calgary now. That's interesting. Ty Smith is available there. Fraser Minton. Yeah, okay. Nobody I'm really super intrigued, super interested by. Maybe one of these 3 guys. Roland Hibbert actually had a crazy good season. Boston didn't sign him. That seems a little absurd to me. Peter Plamadon, an offensive D-man. He just had a huge year in Windsor. Winnipeg draft pick, just, again, didn't get signed. And then Sammy Poisty, Anaheim Ducks prospect, also just didn't get signed. Okay. All right, I don't think we're really going to pursue too much. Maybe this Rodriguez guy. Brett Rodriguez, probably, he was undrafted, and he had a 1.57 points per game season. Yeah, we're gonna sign that guy, but that's about it. So let's start free agency. We'll go back to Brett Rodriguez, offer him 2 years at a decent price. See if he takes that. He should. I don't see why he wouldn't. All right. And then that's it. That's all we're doing free agency-wise. We don't need to make a bunch of big moves and make this team increasingly better. There's just no point really doing that. And then, I'm really hoping Sorokin and McLaughlin can both make it. If they don't, Mukashev will probably be the other guy that's up next as a sign-in. I am just wondering, Kutikin we should probably have bought out. But that's okay. That's okay. We can hold on to him for now. Mukashev should be getting playtime though, so that is probably a move we'll end up making. We got a big McLaughlin contract coming up here with his extension. He's gonna want a decent chunk of money. 8.5. Yeah, that's kind of around what I was expecting. Let's go 8. About 8 should be enough. Just a little bit under that. 7.9. Okay, so we'll offer Derek McLaughlin the $7.9 million contract extension. He's been that good so far for us, so there's no point in not giving that to him. Apart from that, Ivan Drago is going to be another guy that we want to extend. $6 million. Probably going to be worth it. We can get him for like 5.6, 5.7. We'll try 5.8 for him for the next 8 years. Again, we're doing all 8-year contract extensions because we're building this team long term. There's no point in not doing that, so that's what we're going to keep doing. As far as centers go, we got Koski Ranta signed up. Sorokin's the guy we're kind of waiting on. This Millis guy actually turned out pretty good too. And then, of course, Humphrey. We'll see how he develops. Braden Yeager's kind of been a bit of a letdown, but that was semi-expected after the last season he had. And then, Malcolm Spence is the other one that we really need to sign. He's going to be probably about 7.5-ish. A bit more than that. He'll be like 8.2. Yeah. Okay, we'll try to get him for 8.1. So that's all we're doing for contracts and stuff like that. So simulate a day, we get Drago, Spence, and McLaughlin, Goldie McLaughlin. And we are good to sim to the next season. So let's see how the development goes, because it's always an interesting time with how players actually grow and develop in the offseason. So we're mainly looking at those top 2 draft picks more than anybody else. We'll see if that makes a difference or not. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next season. All right, so into the next season here. And any growth? Any growth at all? Yeah, okay, Winger McLaughlin is up to a 82. Not bad. Ugh, no growth from Gavin McKenna. That's not great. And then Sorokin's up to a 79. Okay, not bad. Probably good enough to play on our NHL roster, but maybe not quite there. So we're just going to hold off on signing him for now, but we'll definitely go and sign Winger here. Yeah, okay, we'll sign him. But let's see how the lineup kind of shapes up even without him in there. Looks like, we got a fairly nice top line developing here with Spence, Koskiranza, and Samuel Poulin. Those guys have actually turned out pretty decently well. Braden Yeager, I don't know how he's that potential, but he is. It makes absolutely no sense to me. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put Gavin McKenna up on that second line, I think, is probably where we want to keep him. We'll go Dylan Hamaliuk there, and then we'll go... See, the current state of our team is good, or is bad enough to put what's his name, to put Sorokin in this lineup. Like, it is bad enough, so that is probably something we're going to do here. We will sign him and then go from there. He'll take Gruden's spot more than likely. Yeah, because Gruden's already 28. We'll lock all those guys in, so it's just Gruden's spot that'll slide over to Sorokin. And we got Tan and Morrow, which is our top pair, which actually looks really good. Then we'll go... we'll go like that, I guess. Maybe not. I think maybe what we do is we give Beliveau right side defensive abilities, which I think would make sense. Actually, Beliveau should be playing there potential wise because he is just 25, and then yeah, okay, that should be good. We'll put Pedersen in probably over Graves. We could go Pierre-Olivier Joseph there. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So I'm just gonna, we'll leave that bottom pairing for now. It's not gonna be good, but it is what it is. And then as far as our goaltending tandem goes, we're gonna give a few more minutes to McLaughlin because he's been really good up to this point. I mean, Joel Blomqvist has been good too, but no shutouts last year wasn't super great. Derek McLaughlin on the other side, he had one shutout and a 908, which is still crazy considering he played 62 games, only won 28. Because, yeah, this team is not good in front of him yet. So, as far as contracts go, he's the number 8. Top 8 goalie in the league already, which is crazy to me because all the rest of the guys above him are like at least 5-6 years older than him, and he's right there. So, don't be surprised if we see McLaughlin get to a high rating here pretty soon. We'll see how that goes. But, yeah, we'll definitely sign McLaughlin. We'll definitely sign Sorokin. So those two will kind of slot in here. I'm just trying to figure out where exactly do we want McLaughlin. Probably on that second line. That's what I'm thinking. Or we go... Interesting. Maybe we'll go Blake down 1. We'll go Johansson over. There's Andreas Janssen. Janssen, not Johansson. My apologies. Janssen over, and then we'll have Sorokin, and yeah, that'll be a fun kind of rookie-esque line. I know Gavin McKenna's not a rookie, but that is projecting to be our top line in the future. So we'll put our future top line as the 4th line for now. And alright, let's advance one day here because that's all we need to do. Looks like the biggest growth out of any player was Niemi. Sorokin was right there. +4 on McLaughlin's not bad. we'll get those guys signed up. So let's see. We'll jump in and see what numbers those guys are wearing here in just a second. But yeah, Sorokin and McLaughlin slot in quite nicely there on the second line. And then we're going to get them some power play time too. So yeah, the top line, that makes sense. We'll go Morrow on that side. We'll go... Ooh, how do we want to do this? I think we go Gavin McKenna there, McLaughlin there, and then I think the guy that's going to get Seward on this is probably Blake. I mean, Beliveau should not be playing center either, so Sorokin's going to go there. And that will work out better. Okay, I like that. That should work. Sam Poulin is a lefty. Dylan Hamaliuk is also a lefty. Okay. That'll have to do. Okay. All right. And Gavin McKenna's a righty, is he not? No, he is a lefty as well. Okay. All right. So, I think we're ready to go here. That's going to be our power play units for 5-on-5. I'm not going to set anything else because it always gets changed around anyways. And yeah, our defense and goaltending is actually quite a bit better than our forwards right now. So maybe that's something coaching-wise that we have to look into. But at the same time, I'm not overly concerned about it because we've got, who's this, Rob Fox? He is a defensive style. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I never even noticed this, but you could actually go into your coaching and staff abilities. This is a new facet of the game for me that I just have not even paid attention to, but you can see if we go into specialty tree, you can see how many experience points they actually have, and then you can go and spend them, which is really cool. So I'm wondering, yeah, it says 2 out of 3, so the max they can have is 3. So I think what we're going to do with Rob Fox is actually go and improve his offensive coaching abilities, which would really help us out. We're going to go with Prime. We're going to unlock that one and bump it right up. How much does the third one cost? Ooh, that's a lot of XP. Okay, so we're not going to be able to get that one, but you know what? Prime as well. I'm happy with that, and I think having Kyle Dubas as the GM for that is going to help a lot. So those are some nice quick things that we were able to do that are really going to help our team. Yeah, okay. I think we're looking probably a little bit more ready to go. I didn't even know you could do this. This is actually a new, fun kind of part of the game for me that staff can unlock specialties. That's sick. Okay. So, in the upcoming draft, I accidentally clicked on prospects, but we should be paying attention to it. In the upcoming draft, any right Ds, there's one, but we're probably going to be in this top 5 or so range. So I'm going to say another right winger probably wouldn't hurt. We'll see how good or bad green is looking. Is this a Rasmus Anderson? Roger Anderson, even though he's Swedish. But, we do probably need one more offensive defenseman. Apart from that, we're actually doing okay on center depth right now, so long as Sorokin continues to develop. I am just going to go and look at our new players' numbers, because I have no idea what numbers those guys are going to be wearing. But that is probably something we should pay attention to. And... Alright, winger McLaughlin here. It's hilarious that we've got 2 Derek McLaughlins in a row. Well, not in a row necessarily, but close enough to in a row that... yeah. That hardly ever happens where you get 2 good players with the same name on the same team. 94 for Alexander Sorokin. That's actually a pretty cool number. I like that. And then, yeah, McLaughlin wears number 12, so not any... I don't believe any of those numbers are retired by the Penguins. Yeah, nope, that's not the case. We have all our kind of specialty numbers retired there. But I do believe it is time to name a new captain. And the player we are going to go with, for now at least, is going to be Marcus Pettersson, because he is the longest tenured Penguin at this point. So he will get the captaincy. And then after him, I think we absolutely have to go with Jerry Koski-Rantha as an alternate, because he's probably next in line for the captaincy. And then I think besides him, who do we want to go with? My other pick is going to be Malcolm Spence. I know those guys are young, but they're looking good. The fact that we got Koski Ranta 190th overall is just something, like something special. And the fact that he's developed this well already is very cool as well. So, without further ado, let's go make some quick roster moves here. And just go all the extra players. So, everybody that you see there. And there. And there. Are all just going to go yeet. Move 27 players. Goodbye. Have a good time in the minors. Alright, so now we're ready to go. Now we're ready to sim. And we'll see if this team can really do anything. So we'll simulate up to the preseason. We lose Drew O'Connor to the New York Rangers. That's okay. It happens. O'Connor was a long-standing Penguin. But let's see how the preseason goes this year, as we have continued to have injuries here in the preseasons for the most part. But, yeah, we start off with a win, lose 2, win another one. We're up to like 13th place. Looks like Winger McLaughlin's having a decent start to the preseason as he scores, I believe was, 4 points in 6 games. Not a bad start. And, Vancouver wants Besser back. That is a 2033 first round pick. 2033. Is Vancouver going to be bad by 2033? How long does Pettersson's contract go till? Hold on. Let me just take a quick peek at this, because this could be... Where's cap friendly? That's not cap friendly. There's cap friendly. Okay. He goes till 2031-32. So I would say, you know what? We are going to take this trade, but we are not going to allow Vancouver to protect this pick at all. No protection, you get Besser back. It's 1 year, pretty much nothing. Boom. All right, done. We make a big trade. It happens, and we're going to make it work. So now what we're going to do is we're going to slide McLaughlin up. We'll slide Blake up. And that'll be your new Penguins lineup minus Brock Besser for us to be bad enough to get another decent pick. And we'll go from there. So, yeah, all right, that's the team we're going to be simming with. It's probably going to be pretty bad. So, yeah, let's see just how bad this actually goes. So, we start off 2 losses to start it off. I'm expecting a bottom-end finish here yet again from the Penguins, as we are in full rebuild mode right now. And we've won 1 game out of our first 8. That is a fantastic start, 31st place. Isaac Beliveau actually playing quite well right now, so you gotta love seeing that. We're not gonna trade Ryan. Oh, we could trade Ryan Graves, but again, that's a pick too far out. I'm gonna wait till close to the deadline to trade Graves probably. We lose Scott Morrow for 2 weeks with an upper body. That happens. We'll get him back though. He's actually having a pretty solid season right now. So that's definitely a guy we're going to want to try to keep in the lineup as much as possible, because his stats have actually been fairly solid up to this point with 10 points in 17 games. Ryan Tan is not scoring, and I am hoping that doesn't hurt his development too bad, because 0.04 points per game is pretty rough. So yeah, we'll see what we can continue doing, because like even Drago's only got 2 points, so it's not really much better there. But yeah, nobody's scoring a lot on this team right now. I do have to say that is definitely the case. But hey, I mean, Sorokin got up to 81, not bad. Gavin McKenna is not having a good year again, so I get the feeling we're gonna lose some potential on him here pretty quick. And we are, yes, in 32nd place, and I really don't see it looking up too much. As of right now, we're 5-16-3. We lose Jackson Blake. Yeah, we're doing bad. It's good. It's good as far as how bad we're doing because we want picks. It's as simple as it is. We want picks. We want picks. Okay, so Sorokin is now up to 8 points in 33 games. He is now 83 rated and definitely going to be getting a little bump up because of that. And we're going to move Gavin McKenna up with him too, so hopefully that line will get rolling. And we'll see. We'll see if they can continue to produce points or not. So far, Samuel Poulin has been our highest scorer now. Malcolm Spence is right there too as he takes the lead for team leading scoring. We lose Marcus Pettersson to a 1-week injury with illness. And as we get into January here, we are still sitting dead last in the league, which is pretty much exactly where we expected to be. Ooh, Owen Pickering's ready to play. Ooh, that's tough because I don't really have a spot for him right now, even though he actually looks pretty good. That sucks. That sucks, man. I'm sorry. I really want to play Pickering because he's one of our prospects that hasn't really turned out well, even though I was hoping he could. 5 shutouts at 9-12, and we're still, wow. Derek McLaughlin in the net is doing everything he can to try and win us games, and the only time we win games is when he gets a shutout, pretty much. So there you go, another shutout. So he's on a tear right now. Looks like Owen Pickering got injured, so hopefully he'll get better here soon. And all right, as we hit February here, coming up to the trade deadline, we're in 28th place now with a 21-26-6 record. So we're not dead last in the league, but we're not doing particularly well either. So we're actually 7-1-2 in our last 10, which is better than it has been. So game's just doing a quick save here, and then we'll continue on. Because, fortunately, this is a pretty fast-paced game for the most part. It sims nice and quick. We're not going to trade Jackson Blake for a 4th-round pick. And as we continue on, lots of losses. There you go. Cruising around with the losses. That's what we like to see. We get a Ryan Graves for... Ooh, interesting. Sean Couturier, who's washed compared to where he used to be. And their 1st-round pick this year. Philly is in a contending spot. You know what? Let's take it. Let's take it. I just wonder. Is there any chance we can sweeten here? That doesn't really do anything. All right, we'll take it. I know Sean Couturier is a long time. He's not a villain of the Penguins necessarily, but he's not necessarily a friend either. But he's definitely washed from where he used to be. I can't believe Philly's actually going to trade him. I get it's a cap dump move, but yeah, we'll take it. We're essentially swapping the same overall players and getting a 1st-round pick, so we'll take it. And ooh, how is this trade looking? How's Fisher? Ooh, you know what? Howard Fisher doesn't even look that bad. I just don't know if we want to trade Pierre-Olivier Joseph for that. We can, because we have Owen Pickering coming up. Again, this is another rental deal where we're not getting a rental in return. We're getting a guy with 2 years left, so he has time to prove himself under that contract. And not only is he a 2-way forward, he's big, but we get a 3rd-round pick too for next year. Yeah, okay. Let's take that one too. We'll do it. I know this is absolutely jumbling our team around. And Blake for a 4th is not happening. So let's go to the trade deadline here quickly. Just take a look at our actual lineup currently. And it's an interesting one, that's for sure. Honestly, our players developing decently well. There we go. Gavin McKenna finally putting up some decent points. That's what I was waiting to see. It took him long enough to really kind of start developing. 0.58, that's actually, yeah. 0.58 isn't a horrible scoring pace, so we will take that. A Apart from that, though, I think we definitely want to get Fisher and Couturier into this lineup wherever we can. I think the way that's going to work, though, is that Fisher's going in for Hinostroza. I think we're going Jaeger over, Couturier at center, and then Hamaliuk there. Or maybe... Yeah, okay, we'll go Jaeger on the bottom line because he's got bottom line potential. Ooh, we get a Ryder Korzak for Jackson Blake offer. I don't know why everybody wants Jackson Blake so bad. Korzak's not a better deal because Blake has actually got decent potential here. He's 25. I think what we'll actually do is we'll go like that. Yeah, we'll go like that. Okay, so we'll go Fisher, Couturier, and Jaeger. That should be fine. We might see Hinostroza and Janssen move. We might not. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Fisher definitely is going to be a lock on this team. He's actually a really good pickup. And then, yeah, Pickering is actually going to get some playtime here, which is good. Ivan Drago's actually grown fairly nicely, too. So let's just back out of here, go to depth charts, see if anybody else has grown. At least potential-wise. Ushinen is actually looking really good. Mukashev dropped potential. That hurts. I was hoping he would be better. But yeah, Ushinen looks really good. Anybody else? Sullivan dropped potential. That one stings. Fletcher's up to a 77. Okay. Some growth, some not. It's give and take in this game. Alejandro Brock's actually looking really good. 79 overall. We're not trading Blake. Why do you guys think we're trading Blake? We're not. Ryan Tan at 19 looks sick. I'm really excited for him. Honestly, not our lineup isn't horrible. It's just it needs a little more time to marinate and become good. So just like a well-cooked steak. That's how I would describe our team right now. Okay, let's just go back to overview, see if there's anybody that has like a negative kind of balance on them. Okay, so I really don't think we're making any more trades here. I'm happy with where the team's at. I think we're fine. Yeah, we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay with what we've done so far. All right, so let's simulate on to the end of the season. We got to go right through to April here, and then we will finish off, wrap up the season, hopefully finish in a bottom 3 spot or so. Looks like that's probably going to be the case. As we're second worst in the league, we lose Couturier to 2-week upper body injury. And all right, we finish 30th with a 33-43-6 record. Jerry Koskiranta has 71 points. Very solid season from him. Was he .88 again? I think it was close. .87, so just a ever so touchdown. Gavin McKenna, though, actually had a fairly decent year, which is good to see because it took him long enough to kind of start hitting that growth spurt, kind of start to grow. I still have a feeling he's going to lose potential because most of our players have been, but yeah, that was it for the regular season as far as team standings go. There's your races and the wild cards. I'm sure there was some close races. Yeah, like 90 points doesn't get Buffalo in. That one stings. 89 points for Chicago doesn't get them in. That one has to sting as well. And who finished worse than us? Was it San Jose? No, San Jose's there. Vegas and Nashville. 2 teams I would not have picked. But okay. Looking at our picks for this upcoming draft, we just have our own and Philadelphia's. Next year or the year after, we could have Anaheim's, and then in a few years we got Vancouver's first round pick as well. Like, we've done a fairly good job of stockpiling picks. We've also done a very decent job of flipping prospects, getting guys in that we need to kind of spark us in the right direction in this rebuild. Looking at potential differences with growth here. It's always something I find interesting because lots of guys, as you can see, lots of guys lose potential. Very few of them actually maintain it. Even though they still find growth, it's not the same when they're losing potential. As far as best growth overall goes, that would be tied between Namestnikov here. What's his name? Kaspers, Namestnikov, and Alexander Sorokin. Sorokin actually grew quite nicely, up to an 83 overall. Ushinin, though, went from a 76 to an 82 over this last year, which is awesome to see. That's another good defensive defenseman we have. We have tons of defensive defensemen. So our team, I get the feeling Pittsburgh is going to be a very shut-down team for the most part. The only thing I might do, I'm thinking about switching Ryan Tan to a two-way defenseman just so we actually get some decent production from our top pairing in the future. Because, yes, well, Tan has been... Where is he? Has he even grown? Yeah, he's grown 4 overall. So, yes, well, he's 87 rated. I did not like his production this year. And I think if we can transition him into a more two-way kind of guy, he still has the offensive abilities there, shooting, passing, those kind of things. But 11 points just isn't going to cut it. So, yeah, you guys got to let me know in the comments. Do we switch Ryan Tan over to a two-way defenseman? I think that's doable with his current build and overall and status and everything. You look at Drago, though. Drago's defensive defenseman all the way through, like 91 versus 81. He's very much a defensive guy, no doubt about it. So, yeah, I'm really happy with his production as far as, yeah, he was minus 15. That happens. But 22 minutes of ice time, he's doing just fine. He's 41 shot blocks, 220 hits. Like, that's a good year from Drago still as far as what his game brings. All right. So, tons of growth from this team. You look at all of that green. That's nice. So, all right. We are about to conclude the regular season. We'll just take a look at the picks nice and quick here. And as far as the entire league goes, I would bet I'm feeling Kucherov this year. Sean Farrell, what? 125 points for a top 6 player. Oh my goodness. 95 assists. How many goals did Slavkovsky score? Only 40. Oh, Caulfield at 60. That's why. That's a sweet first line, though. Oh my goodness. Best goal scorer in the league, probably Cole Caulfield, 64. Yeah, and then Sean Farrell had 95 assists. That's insane. Those are insane stat lines. Fabian Lysell actually grew quite nicely, too. Wow. Wow. Great production from him as well. Okay. Let's go and take a look at just all the rookies this year. Jackson Blake was actually up there for us. 40 points for McLaughlin's not bad. Yeah, okay, we'll take it. Sorokin only had 26 points, so nobody's super crazy or special in here, but that is usually how it goes. Best defenseman this year, probably going to be Jamie Drysdale. Okay. Sam Dickinson, wow, what a player he's turned out to be. I don't know why we don't have a picture for him in here, but yeah, he's been a beast for Vegas. They got him 19th overall. That's insane. That is just straight up insane how good he's been. Wow. Actually, you know what? No, Zellweger was the best. Zellweger was the best defenseman. That's crazy. Okay. Can't say I would have predicted that. 91 points for Zellweger's something else. Best goalie in the league this year, I would bet on, not Casa. I was going to say Shesterkin, but, Kale Klang's been really good for Colorado, too. He's up to a solid starting goalie now. Wow. Okay. Come on, game. There we go. Best save percentage in the league. Those guys don't count. UC Saros, 923. That's insane. All right, McLaughlin was in there with a 912. He had 6 shutouts, which is probably second best in the league. Tied for third. Or sorry, no, just third best because there's a tie for first. Okay, so as we continue on here, we will just simulate right through. Let the scouting kind of finish up, but let's just take a quick peek at the upcoming draft class here and see what we're looking at. So, the best player is going to be Bolden, who's a playmaker. Okay. 2 AD there in Anderson, another 2 AD in Daniel. Okay. Not a bad looking draft so far. Some fairly decent overall ratings. It's a guy like Lindstrom a little bit further down. Gabriel Lindstrom. Yeah, okay, he looks pretty solid. Apart from that, if it ever loads, I would love to get Bolden. He would be a nice fit. But then again, so would Nielsen. We don't really have a ton of snipers currently in our team. Just looking at the build of it, like, yeah, we have Sorokin and Spence. Those are our top two kind of guys, but another sniper, another power forward probably wouldn't hurt because we have Gavin McKenna and Jerry Koski-Ranta as playmakers already, so that is something to keep in mind. But yeah, we'll see where our picks fall. Looks like a little bit further down here too, around that 20-ish range or so. We might see some more really good players. As far as the league goes with Philly finished 4th highest, so they're going to have pick 29 or so. That's where that pick's going to fall. So that's where we can expect it to fall at least. We'll see if we get any lottery luck again this year or not. We obviously got lottery luck last year as we won the first overall pick. It's our first overall pick since Sidney Crosby. But yeah, Sean Farrell wins the regular season scoring title, the Art Ross. That's crazy. That is crazy. So yeah, see something new every day, I guess, and that would be it for probably everybody watching this video. Like, nobody looked at the Montreal Canadiens and went, yeah, Sean Farrell is going to be the 95 assist guy in between Uri Slavkovsky and Cole Caulfield. Like, you'd expect Nick Suzuki to be that guy, but I guess not. All right, so this year, the Anaheim Ducks are going to be your NHL champions. Oh, Philly went all the way to the final. That stinks. Oh, man. Okay. Manitoba, Cape Breton, you guys can just feel free to pause and skip through if this will ever load. But yeah, those are all your winners this year. If you need a little more detail on who they beat, there you go. And again, we're freezing up. That's cool. But yeah, okay, not a bad year for championships and such. Let's see how the awards go this year. I don't think our team's gonna have any awards to talk about, if I'm being completely honest. Philadelphia made the finals twice and lost in the Cup finals both times. Ooh, that's gotta sting for them. Poor Flyers. They're looking good, but they're just not quite good enough. And as a Pittsburgh player or Pittsburgh manager, we're sitting there going, just laughing maniacally as they continue to fail. So, all right, there's your awards for this year. Again, feel free to pause if you need to. But an interesting crop of awards this year for sure. We'll see if the game actually wants to treat us nicely or not in this upcoming draft. We'll see how retirement goes. I don't think we have too many, if any, players retiring here. Maybe like Chad Ruedel. That's probably it. But yeah, I'm happy Gavin McKenna's starting to project where he was looking initially. He just didn't develop for like 2 years. It was really weird. So I know that happens sometimes with players, but man, oh man, it just did not. Nothing wanted to go right for him for a while. So all right, yeah, Chad Ruedel is kind of the number one guy retiring there for us. Everybody else is, okay, but nothing crazy. And yeah, definitely no jersey retirement needed for this group of retirees, but not a bad group by any means. All right, so now we will get to the draft lottery, and we'll see if we can actually land a decent pick here or not. So this year, we have the third best odds, and we're behind just Vegas and Nashville. Hopefully we won't move down, but there is a good chance that we will still. So here we go. First pick, Buffalo and then Edmonton, Florida, Vancouver, Washington, Nashville. Also had Calgary's pick at 11. LA at 10 doesn't move. St. Louis and Ottawa don't move, so I get the feeling we're going to see a pick move here right away. Tampa's 7th doesn't move, and there you go. The Islanders moved by 2, so that means we're going to be picking 5th. Nashville moves down, Vegas moves down, and then San Jose, Toronto are your 1-2. Ooh, that is a bit of a tough one to swallow there. This Toronto's going to get a really, really nice player. So is San Jose, and that just kind of stings. As far as moving down 2 picks when you had a potential 3rd overall pick to draft a top end kind of guy like one of these, but. We might get Lindstrom, we might get Daniel. I really want Daniel. Out of anybody, Carson Daniel looks like the pick. That's the guy you want. As far as what our team needs still kind of rest on, I mean, Legault could be decent too. So could Franzen, but it's just going to be hard to trade up or make moves or deal in a way that actually gets us the players we want. So we'll have to see how it goes. There are some pretty top end looking talents in here, but we'll see where the picks fall, obviously, because we're gonna have a decent range of picks. There's lots of 88 kind of potential overall guys in here, so we're gonna have to land some decent players in this draft because there's just that many apparently. Yeah, wow. I am genuinely impressed with how this class is looking. There's nothing crazy late and deep in the draft, but 81, 82 overall ready guys sometimes turn out to be those top 9 kind of potentials. Like, yeah, Michalczyk looks good there. But yeah, wow. We'll see. We'll see what we land. I'm sure we're going to get some decent players regardless, whether it be Legault, whether it be Daniel, whether it be somebody else. We'll figure it out as we go because there are going to be options in this draft. So let's sim up to the draft and get going on it and see how it goes. Okay, guys, so as we get to the draft here, I'm just going to look over the prospects a little bit more here, but I'm really looking down kind of along this range here. So this Perreault guy looks really good. This Lord guy looks really good. Legault, I'm thinking about. We could use another power forward, but I also would love if we got Daniel. I just don't think that's going to happen, though. Who else looks really good in here? Rylov looks pretty good. Cahoon looks pretty good. This Fowler guy might be good. He's got decent kind of ratings. I assume, yeah, he is an offensive defenseman, so we'll keep an eye on him. We might be able to trade up for him. We'll see what happens there. I'm kind of trying to balance it between like overall rating and potential overall rating because those two things kind of determine, like in balance, those two things kind of determine how good or bad a player is going to be. Yeah, I'm just struggling to figure out who exactly we're going to take, what picks we have even. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting draft, but if we go through here and just sort by the actual potential overall, you can see there are some guys here like, Caldwell, Ibarra, even like Alvarez. Like there are some good looking players in here. Lapointe, Michalczyk, I think is how you say that. I think I might be wrong. But yeah, there's lots of guys in that kind of later range. Igorov, Layunin. Yeah, like we're gonna have players to pick from. It's just gonna be more so a matter of who do we get where. So let's get to it. I think, do we want to try trading up? I don't think we need to trade up. I think we're probably going to end up just getting Lindstrom 5th, and Daniel's going to go like one pick before. That's what I'm betting on, and that is indeed the case. Unfortunately, that's how it goes. So yeah, Anderson and Daniel both off the board before we even get a shot at them. So I guess we'll take Gabriel Lindstrom here. Okay, he's a 71 rated medium elite power forward, so he should be good. He's not a high elite though. We'll see if like Franzen or Legault are. I don't know about Legault. I feel like he's going to be top 6, but we'll see. And then the other thing we're going to do here, I'm going to see if there's any picks that maybe we could kind of snag in tandem a little bit further down. Maybe like Edmonton's 2 first. I would love to do that. See if we can orchestrate a trade with the Oilers here. I would love to try and snag a few pieces off of them. More so through the draft, but still. Broberg's turned out very nice for them, though. What would it take to get picks 15 and 17? I would love to get those 2 picks. So they would take pick 31. But then anything else? What would make sense for us? Probably Morrow. Morrow would probably make sense for us. Because he's 26 already. We're trying to build a young core out here. And yes, having those slightly older players makes a difference. But let's see, would they take Morrow? They would. Is that enough to get us 2 first-round picks, though, essentially? I would do that. Does it go? Yes, it does. Okay, perfect. So we just got picked 15 and 17, and I think we're going to get some really good players with these 2 picks. Okay, so let's sim over to pick number, I guess, 15 now. So Franzen went, Ladouceur also went, so some decent players there. But yeah, we'll sim over to this next pick. Oh, Jake Lord? I think that's his name. James, maybe? I don't know. That Lord guy looked really good, though. What a pick that is for Washington. Man, they're going to have a scary team coming up here. Don't get me wrong, we got some great players, too. But I think we have to go with Perreault with this next pick. I know he's a lefty. Yeah, we're going with Perreault. He looks too good not to be an elite. And he is. Let's go. Okay, so we're really building out a defensive core here. My goodness. Yeah, we're going to get Perreault. And then I'm looking at the other guy. I think Fowler's going to be really good too. But we'll see. I could take Cahoon. I don't know. Do we go with Cahoon? He's a right D. I kind of want he's a 2 AD though. That's the thing, is we have 2 AD already. Because the best offensive defenseman in here, it could be Madden. I'm kind of set on this Fowler guy though. Like, he's big. He's plays both sides, left-handed, but could play the right. Like, I know he. How good is Ansel Cahoon? He's only played World Juniors. That's a problem for me, in my opinion. Like, he hasn't gotten actual growth time versus this Fowler guy. That's kind of the 2 I've narrowed it down to, at least in my opinion. Fowler, on the other hand, oh god, he hasn't played at all. Never mind. Shoot, this is a tough pick. Okay, maybe we take Cahoon. If he's not good, we trade him down for like a little bit later pick and try to take Fowler. So let's see. Cahoon, yeah, he's top 4. That's not spectacular, in my opinion. I was really hoping for an elite guy there. I'm not even opposed to trading Cahoon, honestly. I'm not. Trade it down 2 more picks to like 19 to Vancouver. We could. Oh, come on. Load the Vancouver pick. You want Poulin and 2 picks. That's not happening. Instead of Poulin, would you take Cahoon? It's a pretty even trade. It's a 4th and a 6th next year. Wait, no, those are this year's picks. I don't want to trade the 6th. I feel like we could do the 4th. Oh, of course. They already used that pick. Cool. Holy crap, come on. Okay, we're just going to go straight over to Florida and be like, yo, Florida, give us this pick. Come on, come on, come on. I can't believe how freaking fast the picks get made in comparison to how long a freaking trade takes. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It's so slow. Coon in like a third. That's what I'll trade. Maybe a fourth. Let's try pick 99. Okay, does that go through? Does it? Yes, it does. Okay. Because I wasn't really happy with that Cahoon pick. I really thought we could have done better. So we're at pick 22? No, 23? Somewhere around there. I think it's 22. And all right, let's take Fowler. That's going to be my pick. I want a good offensive defenseman. Oh my God, let's go. See, that's the player I wanted. That is the initial pick I wanted. Let's go. That's so much better. That is so much better than what we did. And yes, I know it looks like we drafted 3D. We traded the 1 immediately. But Fowler at pick 22. That could be... Man, that's three elite players we're bringing in. Ooh, Lee was actually really nice too. Okay. All right, so we'll simulate over to pick 67 now. And at 67, you know, there are going to be some good players off the board at this point. I can't believe Florida went 12th. That's insane. Any other elite players after those few that we just saw? Ooh, Dumas was very good at 46. Anybody else? Half decent players here and there. But yeah, Dumas was kind of the one other kind of steal of a pick in there. So, next up, I think we have to go with Caldwell here. We could go with Kenko. We don't need another defenseman, though. So we'll take the right winger here in Vic Caldwell. How good is he? We'll find out in a second. All right, and he's high top 9, so not spectacular for a third-round pick. I really wanted somebody better than that, but, you know, that's how the cards fall sometimes. All right, at pick number, what do we got, 131 now? Yeah, because we traded pick 99. We're going to go with... maybe Servitsov. You know what? We could go with Lavoie. I don't know if we need more goalies. Yeah, let's go with Lavoie because he's one of the highest potential players left in the draft. And okay, he's a poor starter. That's not bad. Not at 131 at least. Over to 151 here. See how the rest of these picks kind of turned out. We're doing all right in the draft, though, as far as players we've landed. Can't believe how many picks Columbus had, like, back-to-back in these drafts. Anybody else very good? Maybe, maybe not. We'll never know because the game never lets me scroll very far. Because, yeah, our pick was here. Nobody great. Some half-decent players again, but like top 6, top 4 kind of potential, not like elite players or anything like that, but those players do develop sometimes. We could take Yakubov, but I'm going to go with Timkin here instead. I think that's how you say his name. Sergei Timkin. All right, we'll take that. And okay, he's a poor top 9. Again, not spectacular, not bad, but not spectacular. So over to 163. We'll see Thompson for sure is a decent player. Who are we going with here? I think we're going down a bit. Go off the board a little more. Let's go with Igorov. I'm feeling a left winger here. Because I think we only got... I don't even know if we got a left winger in this draft yet. And, ooh, okay, poor top 6. Let's go. Igorov's actually a decent pick. Yeah, we did get one left winger in Timkov. Go figure. Timkin. Go figure. So we've gotten one of every position now at this point, which is very solid. And then at 195, we'll go with that defenseman we were looking at. Milchicik or something, however you say his name. Dmitry Miklachik. And he's a poor top 6. Okay. So honestly, not a bad draft overall. We'll take those picks. Some of them could have been better. Some of them could have been worse. Obviously, Cahoon in exchange for Fowler was actually a very well played out deal in our favor. We'll see if those guys actually develop or not, but we'll simulate to the next user pick, finish off the draft here, and then that's where we'll wrap up this episode. But I'm pretty happy with what we were able to pull off in that draft. We get another potential top-end center, or maybe we can move Lindstrom over to the wing, but another top 5 pick that pans out pretty well. We get Perreault, who's maybe going to be an elite defender. We'll see how that plays out. Same with Oliver Fowler. Fowler's going to be a big name for this team. I just get that feeling that he is going to be an elite guy that actually produces on our defensive end, which not a lot of guys have really been scoring yet. And yes, we did have to trade away Scott Morrow to make that deal happen, but I think it was absolutely worth it with the 5-year age gap from the rest of our core. I think that was just the right move. Looking at other players in this draft, nobody's super special really. Like, there again, some medium top 4s, the occasional like poor top 6 kind of forward like Doyle there. But yeah, like just nothing that really stood out, popped out to me as far as looking at it from a competitive perspective, as far as we have to play against these players eventually. I'm really happy. I think we came out on top of that draft again, in spite of not having a top 4 pick. So there you have it. That is our draft. I'm super happy with it, and that is where we're going to wrap up this episode. So next episode, we'll be getting through the next season. But let me know, again, guys, do you think we should be switching Ryan Tan to a two-way defenseman or not? Because that is going to play a big part in our team's production and future success or not. But that is it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Etanyos signing out, and until next time.